Good morning, Yankee fans. How's everybody doing on a great holiday weekend? And we are excited to be here this morning because we have a great special guest. We're going to welcome in Kyle Farnsworth in just about a minute or so. So I just wanted to just wish everybody a great weekend. And we are ready. We are ready for anything, guys. The Yankees playing much better. We're all excited. It's about time. Time is now. Don't forget, everyone, press the like button, subscribe. Want to welcome again everybody that's on Kick, everybody that's on YouTube, and of course Facebook. Without any further ado, first off, I want to bring up my co-host, Mr. Nick Araka. Chef Nick, how you doing? Good morning.
I'm sorry, I'm just folding up my sleeves because I mean business.
That's right. And I just wanted to wish you and your family a happy Labor Day weekend. I hope you guys are having a great time. And I think he's ready. Kyle, are you ready to come up? I believe so. I think so. Yeah, he's ready to come up. And we're going to, great. And we're going to bring him up. It's so nice of Kyle to take a little time out from his busy weekend schedule to come and say hello to NY Yankee Mania. So let's bring him up. Good morning, superstar. How are you?
Doing amazing. How you guys doing this morning?
What's up, Kyle?
How you guys doing?
Good. How are you?
Doing awesome. Thank you.
You're with Joe and Chef Nick. First of all, what's your weekend like? What's going on? You have family plans? What's cooking today?
No, just chilling right now with you guys, and then at 10 o'clock I have to go to a facility to go start training some of my athletes from 10 to 1, and then I get to come back home, get to cut the lawn because I haven't cut it in so long. Been busy. The grass is getting high, so it's my therapy. Get some sun.
Nice.
Enjoy the outdoors.
That sounds absolutely great. That sounds great. Well, first of all, Kyle, thank you again for joining us. We really appreciate that.
Of course.
Thanks
for having me.
Anytime. Are you kidding? Any Yankee or ex-Yankee is always welcome on NY Yankee Mania. Always. The door's always open for you. When did you finally realize, growing up that, hey, you know what? I can do this thing. I can hit, I can pitch, I can do whatever I want. When did you realize that and to follow your dreams?
Well, the hitting kind of went out the window in high school when I got turned into a PO basically. But I don't know, maybe in college, when in high school, I was I knew I was good. I threw hard. Back in the day, I topped out at 88 to 90. Back then that was hard. Now that wouldn't give me even a look for a high school team, unfortunately. But I knew I had athletic ability, and I had a great supporting cast around me with my family and coaches to help guide and direct me to to my vision and dreams that they could see as well that I couldn't at that moment. But it all starts with that as well. Just having a great supporting staff around you, and they see that ability in you as well, and help push you to those limits and help you get better. So I would probably say end of high school, first of college, I started to feel, and because I got drafted out of high school, so then obviously I knew, okay, they must be able to see something in me.
Oh, without a doubt. And you'll always be known here as really the first pitcher to break the 100-mile-an-hour radar gun, because
really?
They weren't. Oh yeah, because it was while you were pitching here in New York, it was a big thing with the 100 miles an hour. Oh my God, everybody couldn't believe it. And there must have been pitches before. I mean, obviously,
yeah.
But you started it. You really started it with the New York Yankees here, and the radar gun just started exploding. So kudos to that. And How did you feel like the first day that you said, "Oh my God, I really got drafted"? What is the feeling for you and your family at that point?
It was very surreal. I I honestly couldn't really believe it because when I was a little kid, everything on TV was all like fake and Hollywood kind of stuff, and when I saw sports, I was still young. I didn't realize it was like really real, and I was like, wow, I'm really getting to play. Might be able to get play on TV. Some people might be able to see me, and for like I said, as a kid, that was like a dream. You're like, wow, that's pretty amazing. So I mean, just to be able to, just have that even thought and even just the team to be, see that kind of ability in myself, and it was just like I said, I couldn't believe it, and sometimes, and I still sometimes pinch myself, and like I'm still just amazed what I was able to accomplish for how long I played, and you know, I was injury free as well, and that's what was
Yes.
huge as well, taking care of my body and doing the right things.
Kyle, if you don't mind, a couple of questions from the chat.
Of course.
Okay. Well, Teresa asked, Kyle, what was it like for you to step into Yankee Stadium and be a Yankee? Was that surreal for you, or was that just like, okay, I'm on another team? Is it different to play for the Yankees than anybody else when you put on that uniform?
Oh, it definitely is. Just with the history that comes with the stadium, and especially when I went an old Yankee Stadium with this all the history and all the past players, all the greats that played that stadium, just be able to step on that same field and you know have the fans be able to cheer me on, wearing the pinstripes for the Yankees, just the way they did with those guys. Yes, it comes with added pressure, but that's part of the game, and that's part of the what you accept when you sign there. That that's what's all involved, and what the fans first, what the fans expect. They expect greatness, and we do the best we can. Sometimes it doesn't happen, but the one thing I did for sure, I went out there and gave it everything I had every time. That's the only thing I could ask for, and that's what I laid it out there every day, every time I went out.
Anna asked, when your favorite manager and your favorite. Who did you look up to in growing up?
Favorite manager. I mean, I wouldn't know if he wasn't my manager, but he was my pitching coach, and he came up with me through the Cubs and minor leagues. Alan Dunn, he really helped me out a lot
Oh
with my
yeah.
with my mechanics and stuff. So I had him, I think, from short season A Rockford all the way up through Double A. He was awesome. He helped me out so much. And someone I looked to Del Murphy. We grew up Mormon, and he was obviously Mormon, and we went to the same church. And so, just to be able to see him, look up to him as a role model. We actually talked like the couple of days before the draft happened. When I got drafted, just gave me some insights about kind of like what to expect, and just stuff like that. So that was really awesome.
Hey, Kyle, I have a question. This like transitions to
Yeah.
this question, segues to this question. Being on the Cubs for like 5 years, if I'm wrong, was it 5 years?
They drafted me, so yeah. I mean, from the minor leagues up, the total is probably about 10, but yeah, five in the big leagues. Yeah,
And then before going to the Yankees, you were with the Tigers and Braves, right?
correct.
Okay. Now, how was that the preparation for that? Let's just say the Tigers, Braves, Cubs, even the Yankees. Like, how was that transition? Like, just the preparation, the work ethic. What is it? Is it different with other teams, or do you just go in with the same type of mindset?
No, I went in every team I went into. I went in the same mindset. Mentally, physically, and stuff like that. I always wanted to make sure I talked with the staff and stuff, especially training wise.
Yeah.
Just try to, because there's certain things that I didn't like exercise wise, just to make sure that I wasn't stepping on their toes and making them
Yeah.
upset. Just trying to do everything I could just to keep myself physically fit, and mentally too as well. And just work with them as best you can, because they're there to help. And one thing that we always say, you can't make the team in the training room. And that's one thing I was always trying to stay out of, and just focus on the strength training, flexibility, and
Mhm.
just everything I could, just to be able to stay on the field, and And that's the way I took in the off season. I took that mentality. One thing I wasn't going to be outworked. Because I was a low round draft pick. I think I was drafted in the 47th round, so I knew I had to work harder than other people.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's what was just my mindset from day one. My parents put that in mindset as well. Just work hard. Just things you control, your attitude and your effort, and that's what I was really focused on.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Wow.
Okay. Also in the chat, Bob Rizzo asks, what was your best moment on the field? What will you always remember? Basically, that's what he's saying. What would you always remember on the field? And who do you think was the best hitter you've ever played with in your era, or played, around?
There's tons of great moments. Obviously, my first start, because I came up as a starter. My first big league game, April 29th, 1999. I was a starter when I came up with the Cubs. Played the Marlins down in Miami. My family got to come down and watch me, and that was really great. I got to win. Pitching against in Boston, and what we called the Boston Massacre, when we swept Boston 5 games. I think it was that was a lot of fun. But yeah, there's so many different things. So it's really hard to narrow it down just to one. There's, that's a good thing, because I guess that means I was in the league for a long time, so I have a lot of good memories. And I'm sorry, what was the other half of the question?
The best
hitter.
player
Okay.
that you like. Yeah. And, oh my God.
Obviously Barry, jersey right here behind me. Albert, Miguel Cabrera. There's so many guys out there were just. You could throw a ball, you think it would paint it right out of the corner, and they wouldn't swing it. Like, how did they not swing at that? And just the eye and hand-eye coordination, and just the ability to what they were able to do was just amazing.
Oh, of course, without a doubt. You have another question. Baseball has changed. We like to know, and this is coming from Martin. Baseball has changed, Kyle. And first of all, thanks for coming on. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What are the changes you like, you don't like, or there's really no comment and it's just moving on?
The pitch clock I don't like. I get it. There were times when we were out. Steve Traxel, for example, we almost call him the human rain delay.
Oh, yes.
So yeah, there were guys who would take way too long. Nomar Garcia Parra, he would take forever to get in the box. So yeah, there was both people or both players on both sides pitching in that would take forever. I get it. To play the game that is based off of innings and try to speed it up, to me, is not a good idea. Yes, I get to to speed it up just a little bit, but baseball is played on outs and not time. So to make it rushed, for me as a pitcher, I know this has happened to me before where I've thrown a pitch and I felt something like twinge, or like, oh geez, I need a little bit extra time. So I would have to walk around. There's no way I could have just got right back on the mound. I think you can call a timeout now or something like that, but you're limited what you're able to do. But if you have something that's kind of bothering you and you need that little bit extra time, and then you have to get back on the mound and throw a competitive pitch or do the best you can, I think injuries can happen that way. And, the pitch clock, to me, like I said, I think it's a little bit too fast. Maybe push it back just a little bit. Baseball can be boring if you got guys, and that's what happens. The fielders behind the pitcher, they end up getting, bored. And then when their ball gets hit to them, they're caught off guard because they've just been sitting around for so long.
Yeah.
So that I don't like. I don't like the runner on second base in extra innings.
I knew that was coming. I knew that was coming.
But yeah, there's some decent ones, but yeah, for the most part, I get what they're trying to do. They're trying to get everybody more involved in the game and trying to keep it upbeat and stuff like that. But it's just changing of the times. You just got to roll with it and do the best you can with it. And the guys are doing the best they can. It's not much they can do when rules get changed like that. They just have to adapt and overcome, which is what baseball is about doing.
Yeah.
Sean Browning asked, with the pitch clock speeding the game up, do you think that attributes to Tommy John surgery and why we're seeing so many injuries now than we used to years ago?
Great question.
Maybe, but I think the Tommy John injury thing is coming from people so obsessed with nothing but velocity as opposed to learning how to pitch. Because that's one thing. Because I've been coaching kids for probably the last 10 years, and when I have these parents come up to me, like their kids is like eight, and I like working with the younger kids. And the first thing they come up to me, we need our kids' velocity. We need them to throw faster. I was like, well, guess what? He's 8. We're not. The velocity will come through age, through growth, through proper mechanics, through strength training. You just can't get a ball that's going to start throwing and just doing it over and over again. And these kids play year round, which don't give their arms chance enough to heal, especially the young kids. I mean, I've had kids who had Tommy John already, and it's not from me. It's just from overuse because they just play year round.
Oh my
And
God.
it is,
Really?
yeah. It's down here in Florida and in Georgia. Yep, I mean, it's disgusting what some of these parents will do for their kids or do to them, and some of the coaches. And I coach a travel ball team, and it was terrible. This kid, I think we are on a 12 and under team. And this was actually last fall, and this poor kid pitched a complete game the game before us. We played them. He pitched in our game. We knocked him out of the game. The coach put him back in the game, and we ended up winning. And then we played him in a championship, and that coach asked the father of the son if his son could pitch again against us.
Oh.
So he was trying to pitch him almost. Yeah. And everybody's body's different, and the way they handle the stress and the force because it's throwing the baseball is unnatural anyway. And when you try to do max effort every time and just over and over, you're doing micro tears in your arm when you're throwing, and when you don't heal, you don't have time to rest and heal. Something eventually is going to give, whether it's at that age, at high school or college. Eventually, something's the saying is you only have so many bullets in your arm, and eventually something's going to break. And I think that's what it is. It's like our bodies are high performance machines. You got to take care of them that way. You can't just keep running them in the ground over and over and over again. And like I said, or something is eventually going to fail. And unfortunately, it's arms.
What's your approach to that? Like the training, like the young kids. Then how do you build like what do you do?
I focus more on mechanics first because a lot of kids they're not strong enough, and the first thing they do when they throw their front shoulder, they usually flies open. So that opens up this arm this way, and it puts all the stress to the shoulder and elbow. And when they're young, they do that over and over again. But so I just really focus on mechanics first and get that figured out from the ground up. And that seems to help a lot more. And then we start working on velocity and then obviously age and strength training, and then puberty and growth was going to catch up because they have, their growth plates, especially at age 2, aren't fully grown. They're not. And that's why I've had a lot of growth plate issues too with kids from playing year round.
Gotcha. Okay.
Great. Kyle, we have a co-host, Evan, here ready to come up. He'd like to ask you a couple of questions.
Of course.
Okay, great. Evan, good morning. How you doing?
Evan, what's up, bud?
I'm doing great. Good morning, Kyle.
Morning,
thank you for coming on.
Of course.
I know I loved your point, what you mentioned there about these kids that are throwing hard nowadays. We've also had Jason Michaels on, who also works with young kids who are going through high school, and he works on the mental side of the game, which is really important. And
sure.
I watched the Little League World Series, and I see these kids, like these 12 and under kids, are throwing like so really, really fast, and it's like the equivalent of like over 100 miles an hour in like the MLB. I'm like, well, how are these kids going to hold up? And so I think, well, it's important to understand like the rules of the Little League World Series. It's like, okay, if this guy pitches a certain amount of pitches, then he can't pitch the next day or in 2 days, which I think is good. So what's your approach to that? Like when you were playing, did you try to prevent any sort of those kind of arm injuries, or did you do any specific training like that to sort of not put any more stress on your arm than you needed to?
Yeah, and I tried to. Yeah, I did. We did do that. I mean, we're very fortunate fortunate to have coaches to pay attention to that, the pitch counts. There's pitches and there's stressful pitches. And yes, everything counts. And you also have to really pay attention to your body too, because, there's a difference between soreness and pain. If you feel burning and sharp pain, then there's something going on that shouldn't be. But then there's relative soreness, which is just nothing but lactic acid just being used, which is different as well. And you can pitch through that. But yeah, pitch count I think is very important, especially for kids these days. Because this baffles me that I see kids 12 and are throwing 100 pitches in a 5-inning game. What is that going to prove later on? Nothing, but to me, it's just more unneeded stress and force, and that's going to lead to probably more problems down the road if they will keep on going that way. But coaches don't understand that. They're too worried about their little plastic ring they're going to get that their little Tommy got in the 800 league. Yeah, we got all these rings. Oh, cool, that's great. But guess what? Little Tommy's going to have Tommy John about 5 or 6 years possibly because of overuse. So and parents have to understand that too. So sometimes you got to put the blame on the parents because sometimes they're just as bad. They'll be like, "Oh, you get back out there, son. You keep on pitching. We're here to win." And it's just stuff like that. It's the things that I've seen in travel ball. I didn't realize it was that bad, but it's absolutely just sickening sometimes to see what parents and coaches can do to kids.
Oh, it is. It's incredible how the game has changed or evolved and all of that. Question from Anna. Anna asks, Kyle, thank you for coming on. We enjoyed you pitching at Yankee Stadium. What do you think about, are the managers really managing? We hear conflict reports. If you don't mind, she's saying, can you let us know so maybe we could like get off of Boone's case a little bit or something like that? Is there any truth to the rumor that a manager doesn't fully manage?
I would say they fully do not manage, unfortunately. I think it's so run by these guys with a computer. Don't
mind me because I want to destroy the whole
CIA.
Analytics is awesome. It's great information, but you can't. To me, there's nothing better than seeing it with your own eyes and knowing what's going on. The situations, weather. The computer doesn't know if someone how someone's feeling. There's so many just other variables that go into letting the game happen as opposed to having the computer and the analytics do it. But there has to be a fight. There's nothing wrong with analytics because it gives you great information to use. But use that information and the knowledge and the sight in what you see and combine it together. But you can't let one overtake the other, or you're gonna get moves. Like now, you rarely see starters go over 5-6 innings because the second time through the lineup, or the third time through, okay, this guy does this and this guy, so we got to take him out now. And case in point, World Series with the Rays, I believe, when I think it was Ian Snell, the lefty, he was dealing.
2020, yeah.
Yep, and they took him out and they ended up losing. Because why? Because the computer people told them to. And it's stuff like that is, but again, it's one of those things that, that organizations allow happen. So yeah, I can see where fans can get frustrated from it, and players definitely do too.
Well, Kyle, goes into my next question too. So, what advice would you give, let's just say, the starting rotation and bullpen in terms of like performance, or just put aside the coaches? Just put aside Boone for now. I know we can't, but just put him aside for now. Like, what advice would you? Let's just say if you were the manager or you were the pitching coach, like what would you get? Or even if you want to throw in advice to like for offense too, like, or what advice would you give them?
The hitters will let you know when the pitcher isn't doing good. Okay. If a pitcher is dealing, there's no reason to take him out. Once balls start getting hit hard, okay, something's going on. Either he's starting to lose a little bit here. The sharpness of the break isn't happening. The the explosion of the fastball is not happening. The good sink, good cut, run. So the hitters will let the pitcher know or the manager know, okay, it's time to take him out now and stuff like that. So I mean, and it's our job, as pitchers as well to go along as a starter. Because I came up, my job was to go 9 innings. That was my mentality, and that's what the guys that I came with in the era I came up with. This is my game. You guys are not coming in the game no matter what. A good case in point when Torrey tried to take out Musina, and Musina says, "No, you stay right there. This is my game."
That was awesome.
That was great.
That's when pitchers were pitchers, or they part of my friend, they had balls, and no, I'm going after it. This is mine.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want the bullpen. Nothing against the bullpen. No, this is my game. And then when we came in, it was our job to shut the door and just give it everything we had.
Well, Jeff has the question of the day. What is wrong with these umpires? What is wrong with them?
I'm not a fan of the electronic strike zone, but some of the things I've been seeing, it's leaning more and more towards that, and how sometimes umpires make the game or about them too, as opposed to just call the game the way it's supposed to be. There's no reason to call. The best umpire is the one you don't hear about. And that's the way it should be. You should never hear about the umpire. They should just be there, be seen and not heard. And they get attitudes, like they make this show about them sometimes, which is unfortunate. But again, it's just how times have changed, and it's just one of those things that's unfortunate.
It becoming personal too.
What really bothers me is that we go and pay to see the player. We want to see Kyle Farnsworth throw 102 miles an hour. We're not here for the umpire to throw you out of the game. I mean, unless you do something really that's
deserving. For
right.
Sure.
You take a base and you throw it in the outfield. But I'm just saying that, like who's that? The Rock in wrestling, he always said, know your role and play it and use it. Know your role.
Exactly. Stay in your lane.
Yeah, exactly. And they're not paying thousands of dollars to see an umpire call strike one. We're there to see you throw 100 miles an hour. That's the entertainment part of it. Exactly. And that drives me nuts.
Yeah, they try to make it about themselves. They want to be seen and known.
Yeah, I mean, in a way, I understand. What's your thought about women umpires? Would you welcome that?
Of course. I mean, if they call it this, doesn't gender doesn't bother me any, as long as they call the strike zone. Yeah. The way we always play is just be consistent with the zone and just make it fair. It's male or female, it doesn't matter. Just be consistent.
Oh yeah,
just do your job right?
Exactly.
Okay, you have another one from Timmy. Timmy asks, do you follow baseball through and through right now? And who's your favorite team?
I really don't. I followed a little bit, not too much. I do have a fantasy team, so that keeps me a little bit involved in it. My favorite team is going to be the Braves, just because I grew up, in the Atlanta area, and I still watch them, and they're still one of my favorite teams and stuff like that. But I'm just a fan of the game, and lately I haven't been, just because of the rule changes and stuff like that. It's just to me, the game isn't as pure as it used to be. Which I get. You're not expecting it to be the way it was 10, 15 years ago. Of course, there are going to be changes and stuff like that. But it's I still love watching the game every now and then, and it's still fun.
Sean Browning asks, do you think we'll ever see a 20 strikeout game like a Clemens or a Kerry Wood ever again?
I don't. There's no way, because the starter has to go more than 5 innings to do that.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like with the complete game. I think no one's going to have maybe more than two or three complete games a year. I don't think from now on, just because the way they manage the starters and do the bullpens these days, unfortunately.
Charles asks you, Kyle, what do you think about if we do more expansion?
I wouldn't mind seeing at least 2 more teams or so. I think Nashville would be a cool place to have one. I don't know really anywhere else at the moment, but I think it would be great for the game to be able to have at least about two more teams involved. I think it'd be awesome.
And we have Real Bill, who's a big contributor to the show. Hey Kyle, I know that during your career there were changes to baseball itself. Did you notice a difference with the feel of the ball when different umps would rub them for you?
So actually, the umpires wouldn't really do it. It was the clubhouse guys. They were the ones who would rub the balls. Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes some of them would be really chalky. I know in Colorado they'd be really dry as well. But yes, some places were different than others, and it was. I mean, it wasn't that hard for me. I would just spit on my hand, get a little bit moist, and then to rub it up myself. But yeah, sometimes it would be different feels to the ball. Hey, it's not that big of a deal. You just have to adjust and go from there.
Guys, yeah. Anybody have a question for Kyle?
Working with Ron Guidry and Joe Kerrigan, did you work side by side with them? I know, obviously, the pitching coach and bullpen coach with your tenure with the Yankees, but did they give you any specific advice or teach you anything also, or even the players too? Did they sort of like help you with that transition when you went to the Yankees?
I mean, just a little bit. I mean, nothing too crazy. Just just try to focus on your job, not try to get too involved of everything else around, and just I was good enough. Just focus on what you need to do and try not to put too much, pressure. I hate saying the word pressure. Just trying to do too much instead of just relax, be yourself, and have fun and go after it.
That's
because
awesome.
I think that's what a lot of times players do when they do come to the Yankees. That expectation is so high.
Yeah.
They try to do it too much, and they get out of their norm and get out of what they're comfortable with doing, and it messes up what got them there into that situation. So it takes a while, because I can say I did that. I was trying to do too much instead of just being myself and going after it. But live and learn, and that's just part of it.
Absolutely.
Were you surprised, Kyle, that the Yankees finally opened up the policy with beards as long as it's groomed the right way? Was that a difference? You were surprised. Okay.
I was a little bit, because that's what makes the Yankees also different. That's part of it. That's part of, okay, if you want to sign with the Yankees, you have to have a clean shaven face. You can't have hair. But it shouldn't be okay. Now we'll make an exception, because that's just the standard, and that's just the way it should have stayed. I mean, but again,
I believe I believe that they did that because there were certain players that the Yankees were targeting, and they wouldn't come because, hey, I'm not shaving my beard. This is who I am. So, so I was kind of surprised, but it's the sign of the times. I mean,
exactly. Yep.
Period. But do you like the realignment possibility? I am not for it. I don't like it at all.
It's awful. It just looks like an awful set. There's nothing wrong with the way it is right now. So that's the one thing I cannot stand. What he's trying. He just talking about Rob. He's just trying to change things that don't need to be changed, and he just needs to just stop messing with the game and trying to reinvent it. That's what's frustrating and annoying. There's nothing wrong with the game 100 years ago. There should just leave it alone. Just let it play out.
So at this point, what are you doing now to? Are you involved with the game at all? Are you involved with kids? What is Kyle Farnsworth doing right now after his playing days?
Yeah, so I've been training kids for, like I said, the past probably about 10 years. I mean, I have a couple of facilities I work at, do private lessons, do speed agility training, nutrition. I work with teams on the side as well. I work with a group called Rise to Greatness, which we go to inner cities and we put on free clinics with kids, and that's a lot of ex-MLB guys as well. So I try to stay, do charity things with the Braves. I do fantasy camps with the Braves and with the Yankees. So I stay involved around with the game as much as I can, as much as that I get asked to do. Like I said, I want it, it's part of my life. So, I enjoy doing it. I love giving back and helping out.
Is there anything that you'd like to put out there? Maybe people can call or a website or something that they could visit to get closer to you and what you're doing?
Yeah, on my social media, Instagram, the Kyle Farnsworth. On I guess it's X now. I'm 24_7 Farnsworth. Those are my two main pages. I'm on Facebook, but yeah, those links right there is all my social media stuff. Farnsworth Peak Performance is my training one, where I have all my baseball kind of stuff as well. So I'm out there just doing my thing, and I got some other cool stuff in the works that are be coming up soon. So I'm just really excited and just staying busy, just trying to stay out of trouble.
So Kyle, I'm very interested.
You'll be out of trouble.
I think you look absolutely great. You're a beast, and
you're pumped up.
Yeah, man.
I have been bodybuilding the last like 4 or 5 years. So yeah,
I was going to get into that. I was going to get one is I definitely want to know more about your nutrition, workout program, all that, because I love that. You don't have to do it now, I'm saying, but also
contact me through all the information. Okay, yeah, for sure.
I appreciate that. Also,
anybody can. Sorry.
No, that's awesome. I definitely will. Also, too, did you get into football after baseball?
Yes, I did actually.
Okay.
So last year in the States was 2014, and football was my sport.
Okay.
So when the Astros cut me, I was like, you know what? I don't want to look back on my life and be like, I wish I would have done this, wish I would have done that. So I went back to Orlando, found a semi-pro football team who was having tryouts, and they were the Orlando Phantoms.
Okay, yeah.
So I was like, all right, what position am I going to do? I was like, okay, the easiest position, okay, for me would be tight end or defensive end. All right, well, tight end, you got to learn routes, and you will get probably hit a lot more. Defense, just basically keep containment, hit quarterback. Okay, I can try to pretty much do that. So tried out for defensive end, made the team, played with them for 5 years. We won 3 championships. I made 2 all-star teams, led the team in sacks 1 year. Had the time of my life. Blew my knee out, blew my right shoulder out. Wouldn't change for the world because I enjoyed doing it because it's so much fun. But yeah, I mean, I just didn't want to. I mean, I wish people would do that more. I know people, but not to look back on their lives and then be like, I wish I would have done this, and then have the opportunity to do it. So, because it was so much fun. It was awesome.
That's great. Wow.
Kyle, what would you like the people or fans of the teams you were on like to remember you by? If there's something that what you would just like to say, rah kids, because I'd love to see more kids get involved in baseball. It gets less and less every year. Yeah. And in my opinion, I don't think it's really promoted the way it should be in every city. There are cities, yes, but you see soccer, you see football, you see all of this, but you don't really see that much baseball. And to me, it's a sin. How would you gauge that? And how would you like to be be remembered in baseball?
I mean, first I'd be remembered as someone who didn't take any shit, stood up for their teammates, and gave it everything they had. And again, just gave it. I mean, did the best I could with what I had, all the effort, laid out all out there on the field. No, I'm just that hopefully that's what people remember it by. And as far as the baseball thing, it's soccer. You can just use a ball by yourself and a wall. You can kick. Baseball, you have to have a bat, ball, glove, cleats, helmet. It's just a more of an expensive sport, so it's very hard for low income people to be able to play baseball just because of how expensive it is. Yeah. Then if you want to play on a team or travel team expenses, uniforms, travel, hotel. So I think that's still a lot of reason why baseball is not getting as much, because it's just so expensive people who are missing out on a lot of good talent because they can't afford it. So they're going to go to play football where you can just get a football, go play catch in the backyard. Soccer, same thing. Basketball, you can just get a basketball, go shoot hoops, and it's a lot less expensive. So I think that's another reason why baseball activities and
that's a
is
great
a lot lower.
analogy, Kyle. Thank you for that.
Yeah,
because
that was
Of course,
awesome.
didn't really didn't think about but there are ways around that. Major League Baseball should
yeah,
get something together instead of all of these worrying about this and doing that.
Yeah.
Let's get the kids involved. We want to get more I mean, black athletes, black guys. We
Yeah,
want them in there. The kids, they're not playing. Where are they?
yeah. That's why I like with our organization, Rise to Greatness. That's what we really target is the inner city, low income kids. We go in there, put on free camps and clinics for them to introduce to the game. We call grow the game, introduce them to the kids, let them have fun, let them see it, we give them free gloves that they take home when we go to these camps. So so there are organizations out there, but it's tough. But yeah, I mean, I love what we do with Rise to Greatness when we go out there and do things like that. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, and by all means, Kyle, anytime if you're doing something either different or new to the public, we would like to know about it, and you are welcome here anytime you'd like.
Awesome, thank you.
We really appreciate the time and the effort that you took here for Yankee fans and for us.
Of course, thank you.
It's been really awesome, and we would like to see you more in the booth, or how about coming on the field one of these days, a coach. You have any aspirations of a good pitching coach?
I mean, if someone would ask me, someone's got to ask me first.
Come on there. You're doing it tomorrow.
Something you would enjoy? Would you?
I
Do you
think
mind
I would.
all that traveling again?
Maybe. It all depends on how much I have to do. Maybe a part-time thing or something just to start off with, see how it goes. But no, I think I would definitely enjoy it for sure.
Do you do a spring training bout with anyone or any teams?
No, not yet. No, if no one's come calling yet.
Well, yeah, but you know what? The traveling and all, you're with your family. That's a key. And you did a lot for baseball, and we can't thank you enough. And it was great that you were a New York Yankee. So, and like I said, if there's anything that you like to promote, you shoot us an email, or to say you'd like to come on. We do live games, by the way. We also do play-by-play. If it interests you to be a commentator or do some innings or something, we'd love to have you. Jason Michael works with us. Just started working with us. And Evan over here is one of the big play-by-play men. He's a young man looking to go forward here. So we give opportunities here. So
for sure.
Yeah, and if you wouldn't mind, if there's a game like a big game or something, especially Yankee land, or like tomorrow we're doing just an example, the Blue Jays. The Mariners. The Mariners against the Rays. So it has implications for the Yankees. And by the way, how do you not play the New York Yankees on Labor Day? I mean, that is so ridiculous. It makes no sense at all. It was one day before the kids go to school and they can't enjoy a game.
Game there. I know. I don't get it either.
Right. So I'm just asking you now if that interests you at all. Anytime, we'd send you the schedule of what we're doing, and if you'd like to join, you are more than welcome. It would really,
of course, for sure. I'll definitely take you guys up on that. That'd be awesome.
Great, thank you, Kyle. Just anything you'd like to, because we know your time is precious, but anything else you like to just leave us with as far as getting the kids together or anything, please let us know.
All right. Thank you guys very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Kyle. Appreciate you.
You have a great weekend. Thank you. God bless you and your family.
All right. Thank you. Same to all you guys. Appreciate it very much.
And we'll see you soon. I hope, anytime you are welcome. Promote anything you like. Thank you.
Awesome.
Have a great weekend.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Well, that was very informative, guys, and thank you for all your questions.
Awesome guy,
Nick,
man.
you did a great job. Evan,
Great job, Nick.
a little
thank you.
quiet, but he takes all the energy. He takes all of the process.
Yeah.
And
That guy is down to earth, man. Really down to earth guy. Yeah, it's modest. Yeah, that guy's awesome. Really,
yeah.
really.
And well, Nitin had said that he's a very, very intriguing, very, very nice guy. So he would enjoy, and you don't want to like stretch it out a lot. I mean, 45 minutes, I think, is like, because it's like, geez, these guys wouldn't let me go,
Exactly.
On an average, they usually do 30 minutes to 45 minutes. So
no, that's why. That's why I took it straight. Just to be honest with him too. Like, I love his nutrition and strength and conditioning programs because I have looked at it, but never really followed it. So that's why I was like, all right, let me maybe personally contact him about that instead of like doing this on the show. Just to hijack it. You know what I mean? I know a lot of friends in the chat. They have what's it called? They have their own questions too. So I don't want to keep. You know what I mean? So. But, good job all around, everybody.
Yeah, Sean Browning. So thank you, Sean. Good job, chat, being very respectful.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it was. You guys were awesome. Everybody on the phone that couldn't come on, as always, you guys are the best. I want to let everybody know. Don't forget to subscribe. Now, just a quick note, everyone. So this is the last show for today. We are taking a little holiday break, and all of us just to enjoy before the grueliness of the rest of the baseball season and the playoffs and the pennant races. So we're going to be back tomorrow at 6 p.m. and we're going to be doing we're going to be on with NY Yankee Mania. And of course, no pregame, but what we do have is Super Bowl champion Michael Boley of the New York Giants, and Evan and myself and Nick. If you're available, you are more than welcome to come on. So Michael Boley has been nice enough to come on his holiday day to spend with our Yankee and Mania family. So tomorrow, 6 p.m. Of course, all notes will be going on, shorts will be going on, and right after that, Evan, take it away. What are we doing right after the special show with Michael Boley? Take it away.
Yeah, Joe. Right after that, we will be calling the Seattle Mariners versus Tampa Bay Rays game at 7:35 p.m. And that night, we feel like you guys deserve a Labor Day game before, if anyone has to go back to work. Or if anybody has to go back to school, we feel like it's important to give you guys some enjoyment calling a baseball game and just relax, because it's not the Yankees, but it is a team that we are looking to stay over right now on the wild card, stay above. So I think it's important that we call the game for everybody, and it should be a great game too.
Now that was well said, because we want to give you a little something, being the fact that Major League Baseball was not kind enough to have the Yankees play on Labor Day. So we'll bring the closest thing to the Yankees, which has implications.
Labor Day special, we'll call it.
Right. And we're going to make it nice and cozy for you. We will have a good time. I'm so happy that it is sponsored. So we're very, very happy, and we're very happy to bring this to you guys. Like I said, the only thing we ask of you is subscribe, press the like button. We'd like to see a few more likes on the last play-by-play. For the amount of people that were watching, the like you did you watched, but the likes were kind of small. So come on, guys. All it takes is a little dot of the button. That's all it takes. Yeah. Show us your rah-rah about the play-by-play, and show us you care. And we really appreciate that. So we know you're out there, and we know you're listening, because we get the results. I get the results. And You guys are staying on for an hour, 45 minutes past that. So, and you're 40% not subscribing. I'm trying to bend my head with that. It's like, come on. Do you want to know that you'll get notifications? You'll get all the shorts. You'll get the Yankee lineup. You'll get any type of Yankee news, baseball news, MLB news. Why wouldn't you want that? If you're going to come on, 2 seconds, that's all it takes. And you know when we're getting close to the 500, we're less than 50. And you know we're going to have 3 prizes on that day. I don't care if I get 3 o'clock in the morning, we get the 500 sub. We're going to come on in that morning show, and we're going to give out a 3rd prize, a 2nd prize, 1st prize. $25, $50, and $100. Now, somebody I'm sure could use $100, and I'm sure somebody could use 50, and even 25 to, go get yourself a nice breakfast or whatever you like.
Pay my bills.
So come on, guys. Let's do this. We're not asking for anything else. We're just asking to be free. Subscribe. I can't even talk anymore. Subscribe. So, guys, today's Yankee game. What are we looking at? Let's dissect a little bit. Go ahead.
I was so focused on talking to Kyle Farnsworth, I just forgot about the Yankees today. Oh man!
Someone mentioned it in the chat, and I was like, "Oh,
today?
right."
Yeah, the Yankees still play today, guys.
They still play today. I know. I don't know who's pitching though, so
I got it right now.
Okay, yeah.
It's Luis Gil against Martin Perez.
Luis Gil on the hill. Okay.
Yep.
Perfect.
Now, Martin Perez has a better earned run average than the guy we fought last night. But again, he's hit or miss, and he is he's a lefty, correct?
He is a lefty, right?
Okay, so you're going to see Giancarlo Stanton,
And
Paul
Goldschmidt.
G in there today. Maybe Jose Cabrera. He'll probably
there in the lineup.
There.
Yeah.
We'll probably have a nice right. That's what I like about this Yankee team now. I mean, they can make all of these different maneuvers, and not suffer in the lineup. And I love that. Absolutely love it.
I agree.
Not in the beginning we had, and again, I don't want to put down any ball players, but I mean, listen, what we have now is better than I won't even name the names. You guys all know who was on the bench. And I mean, I feel terrible to put any of those players down, but it's not the Yankees. The Yankees, you should be like the Dodgers, like a player. I don't say an all-star in every position, but a serviceable player. That's
good players.
And the Yankees weren't doing that. And now I think they finally realized that, and they have to keep the coverage with that. So with that in mind, I feel that the Yankees will always give a serviceable lineup. It's really nice to see if Wells is starting to wake up a little bit, and that's going to be a big help. I think if I see it correctly, Ben Rice is a little bit slow right now. I think he's swinging hard, but something's going on there. I'm noticing that he's missing a lot of the pitches he was hitting before, and I think that I don't know. Is it the going back and forth as a catcher, first base? What is it? I mean, he's a young man. We know that, but sometimes it gets to these players. That's what they call it, the dog days of August.
Well, they better fix it now.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
He's facing a tough lefty too. Yesterday, a couple times. So,
and I would almost bet that he'll be out of the lineup today, at least ready for it. But the nice thing is, look at that Yankee bench. Did you see that bench yesterday?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Goldschmidt and Paul G, and I mean it was the who's who. I mean, I love it. I mean, it was absolutely breathtaking that they're finally not only thinking of the starting team, the backup team, the bullpen, the starting pitching, and more to come. we do have one or two players that are almost ready to come back to us. So, Yarborough's coming.
Yep.
Maybe Bird will be coming soon. It's going to be very interesting what they're going to do with Spencer Jones, if they're going to bring him up tomorrow, actually.
Yeah. I don't think so. I saw something that said they might not bring him up because they said
saw that too.
They talked about Escara coming up, and they talked about Yarborough coming up.
Yarborough, yeah. And
I forgot what article. I read the same thing. Yeah, Escara and Yarborough, which I don't know. I mean, we have no catching depth, so I guess that makes sense. But still, it's like it's like I bring up Jones. What are you gonna do? He's gonna collect dust. He's gonna collect dust. He's gonna hit like 60 home runs in the minors, and he's gonna collect dust. And he's just
that's crazy.
It's nuts.
Yeah, that doesn't make any. And the thing is, one of the things the Yankees really have to concentrate on, and no joke on this, they've got to get a right-handed catcher. They build them in the minors. They traded so many catchers.
Yeah,
they could have had Torrance. They could have had the guy in the Marlins. They could have had. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Gusto.
Yeah. I mean, the guy in the Red Sox, he was batting cleanup for a little while.
Loved him. Yeah, I love him.
I mean, what is this about the Yankees? They draft all these catchers and then they give them away.
Just like Farnsworth said too, it's just these guys, computer guys, the analytics. It's like the manager doesn't do his job anymore. I'd be pissed. I would be so pissed. Like, can you stop micromanaging me? Stop tapping on me on my shoulder. Let me do my job.
Well, I've been saying here, and everybody, Baboon and Boone's a joke and this and that. It's not a joke when the man can't do 100% of. Sometimes he's so confused. You can get so confused, and it's like, all right, let me just bring this guy in. At least it's my move. It's like it's not fair to the manager. I mean, I just don't think it's fair that he's got to get into the stadium and he's got to sit down with 400 pieces of paper. Whatever happened to having a team meeting like everybody does, a normal company, and they do strategy? The Yes Network does strategy every day. Sometimes they even show it live on, in the app. We don't do that. The manager says, "Oh, Boone is here. Okay, here you go. Boom," and it's on his. I know. Now I got to look at. He's got to take 4 hours to manage, and that's why, sometimes when they turn around and they're blaming Boone. I mean, sometimes he doesn't have a choice.
Yeah,
and he can't listen. I mean, I know he's making good money. And he's probably saying, the heck with it. I'll do what they want me to do. I get my paycheck and I feed my family. That I understand. But, you get to a point where somebody is going to explode and they're going to say, if I can't manage, let me go. I'm going to go. I don't understand, the logic. And they even tell you, even Cashman says, well, no, the manager manages, but, we give them all the information, and then he's got the information, and then he puts it together. What he doesn't tell you is if that he doesn't follow the script and they do bad, guess who's going to get it?
And then Boone gets the blame for it.
Yeah.
Exactly. Has he made bonehead plays? Every manager does. I'm sorry. Every manager does. And in bigger crucial games, just take a look at some of the playoff decisions from different managers. But listen, I can't blame analytics 1,000,000%, but it's too much. It's too much. It's like, well, in the third inning, he gets tired. In the fourth inning, his fastball's is too much. How do you know that? Does the computer focus in on the guy and then all of a sudden it goes and it knows? I mean, come on. Something's got to give with this, guys.
Credit to Boone for leaving in Schlittler last night. He let him go 99 pitches.
Yeah.
Especially after getting hit in the arm too, so that was good by Boone.
Yeah. Yes. That's a credit to Boone,
Yeah.
no question about that. But again, let him manage a little bit. Let's see what he's got. He could be, let me tell you something. No matter what, if Boone gets released, I would almost guarantee you he'd be scooped up in less than a day. They're just waiting for that. The Yankees know that. And I'm telling you, there are teams right now that would love to have Boone because they're not doing all the analytics. They're going to have Boone have free realm. Some teams can't afford all this analytics. The Yankees can buy every analytic stat there is. I mean, but you can't have your cake and eat it too. You want Boone to listen to analytics, and you also don't want him to go anywhere because they know he's a good manager. But it's just you're damned if you do, and you're damned if you don't. That's the way I look at it, guys.
Do they do that in the minors too? Because if they do, that's kind of messed up because that's going to hurt the player's development.
Right.
From what I know in the minors, Nick, is that they're told to air it out, hit home runs. Don't worry about your batting 300, which I think is ridiculous. And just air it out. Let's see what you got.
That's it.
I mean, if you notice, a lot of these minor leaguers, very rare do you see them bunting. I've watched tons of games. These little hitters, 220 hitters, they're shooting for the fence. For what? And I think it's ridiculous. Good morning, John Ferrazzo. What do you got? Good morning, Joe. Yanks don't play Monday. Are you and Evan doing a game tomorrow? Yes, we are. Evan, explain to John.
Yeah, John. Tomorrow we're doing the Seattle Mariners versus Tampa Bay Rays game. We feel like because it's Labor Day, we want to give everyone here and people who aren't watching excitement before they go back to school or go back to work the next day. So we feel like it's important to give you guys sort of our nationally televised broadcast of the week. So that's what we're going to be doing tomorrow. So please tune in and
join us. And and by the way, again, to make note, so this is the show that the last show of the day. There'll be no pregame, there'll be no postgame, and we come on and no morning show, but we start all fresh 6 p.m. tomorrow night with Super Bowl champion Michael Boley, ex-New York Giant, and from there we go right to the live broadcast, and then right after the live broadcast, we'll talk a little bit. So what we miss out today, a little bit, guys, we'll all have for you tomorrow. So I just want to mention to everyone. The reason why that's happening is we've been doing 4 shows a day, 4 shows a day, live guests, giveaways, all kinds of stuff. And it's just, just one day to take a little step back. And it's not that I'm not doing my job. I'm doing a lot. I'm securing more guests today. So please don't hold it against us that we're not going to be on for later on today or tomorrow morning. But come 6 o'clock, maybe even a little bit before that, we will be on, and then we go back to normal Tuesday morning, the 8:30 show, and the pregame and the postgame and a live game. We're going to be doing it all, guys. So I would appreciate it, and I just want everybody to enjoy this Labor Day weekend. Enjoy it. And I know there are a lot of kids that love school, but I know there's a lot of kids that don't want to go to school. I feel for you, but we got to do it. And don't rush your life. You don't want it to go, oh, let the summer take. No. Yeah. Don't rush your life, man. Life is too precious and too short. So all you youngsters, your young people that are still going to regular school, grade school, 8th grade, high school, college, don't rush it. Enjoy what you're doing, because years from now, 10 years from now, you're going to say, wow, Joe was right. So enjoy it. Don't
It goes by
rush
really fast.
anything, guys.
True.
You got to look at it. It's an honor. You're able to go to school. You're able to learn. You're able to work. You have a wonderful family. You have a support system. And it's the greatest gift you can ever have. So take advantage of it and enjoy your friends. Enjoy I know it's hard. Enjoy your books, enjoy your homework, because sooner or later you're going to miss it. Trust me when I tell you. So, well, guys, we've been on a little over an hour, and we want to get a little celebration to the holiday weekend. So let's go some nice final thoughts, and we'll move on with the weekend and get ready for tomorrow, 6 p.m. Go ahead. Nick, you want to go first?
Yeah, that's fine.
Go ahead.
Well, let's okay. So Yankees today. Luis Gil is on the hill, so I think that he's going to go 6 innings. And again, like I said last time with Hill, we do have to be patient with him because he is, gradually getting better and stronger. So, but I think he's going to do good tonight. It's going to be a close score. I think the Yankees are going to win 5-2. Hill's going to give up 2 runs, going to go 6 innings, 6 Ks, and I think the usual suspects in the bullpen, it's going to be Doval and Bednar, because they've been lights out recently. So Belly, he's going to hit a belly bomb. I think also Judge, he's going to contribute, Big G, and I'll give it Volpe and Wells. I'll throw them in. So maybe if they're watching this stream, they'll be like, okay, we'll do it for New York Mania. So we'll see. But that's my thoughts for today. We'll see what happens. But it's 7-0 if they win today, right?
Yep.
All right.
Yeah. Is it a 7-game winning streak or 8-game?
No. Yeah. It's not counting. I was just going with the Nationals and
right.
Not
counting the Red Sox game.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
So
we'll see.
it will be 8 in a row if we do win today.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like those numbers. I like those odds.
You too.
And it's awesome. Evan, some thoughts?
Yeah, Nick, you were close yesterday with the score. You said 5-2, and it was 5-3. I thought I didn't say it on stream, but I thought it was going to be 4-2. So hopefully, today we.
How do we know you're telling the truth?
Yeah.
How do we know that? Come on.
I don't lie.
Yeah. Okay. No, you're right. We're just teasing. But
I didn't get it right. But
I did not mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
You're good. So he'll go. Let's see, 6 in the third.
Mm-hmm.
I think he'll have 7 strikeouts. He'll allow 2 runs on 2 walks. And I think he'll have a good day. The offense has to show up. Both of these starters today haven't gone more than 10 starts. So hopefully we can see, Goldschmidt have a good day. Stanton, Judge. Hopefully Volpe continues to do well. And I just think today we have to get the sweep. I mean, why not? We're facing a bad team. We should have the upper hand in the pitching matchup in the bullpen. And, let's take advantage of our bench too. Rosario, Caballero, probably not Caballero because Volpe will be starting, but maybe if you want to have Rosario come in at some point and Caballero like they had last night, that would be cool too. So, and maybe even Dominguez as a pinch runner, they probably won't start him because it's against a lefty, but we'll see what happens. So overall, let's get the sweep today, and let's go 7-0. And what's up, Nathan? Hope you're doing well. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, I really. First of all, I want to thank Nitin and his crew to bringing us Kyle Farnsworth. It was a great interview.
Yeah.
He was a great guy, and he wouldn't mind coming back on. And it was great, Nitin. Can't thank you enough. I'm so happy that you have a great time with your family. Wonderful people. Thank you so much for those wonderful pictures. And I know you have a big day today with the family. I want you to enjoy it. Just relax. enjoy your family. It's very important. That's number one. Also about that. So we all want the Yankees to win today, of course. And while we still have quite a few people in here, guys, I'm not gonna promise or whatever, but you may see us later. I don't know. It all depends how things go.
Leave the door open.
I don't want to say 100% no, and I don't want to say 100% yes. If you see, you'll have notification. That's why you need to subscribe. You'll have notification, and I will put a link out in case. So, guys, or it may be a spur of the moment. So if you're rolling around, look at the notification that I may be putting out. You don't know. But right now, we're scheduled to come back 6 p.m. Tomorrow night. It's going to be like kind of strange, 8:30 in the morning not being here, but 6 p.m. and we will go back to back the stream with Michael Boley and also the live play-by-play, and then we'll talk a little bit after that. So we'll make up for everything, but you never know about later on, maybe 7, 8 o'clock, maybe 8:30, 9 o'clock. I don't know. We'll see. Because I never like I don't want to disappoint you guys. I want you to know that we're always here for you, and you're always here for us. So we appreciate it. So with that in mind, everyone, thank you so much. I want everybody to have a wonderful, great Labor Day weekend. The last one before the summer says bye bye. And you just enjoy it. We love you all. God bless you all. God bless America. Thank you, Kyle Farnsworth, for a great interview. Thank you, Nitin, for all you do for us and keep doing for us. God bless you all, your families. We love you. We will talk to you soon. Take care, everyone. Let's go, Yankees.